World. It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today we got with us in front of a bunch of plaques, Big Heff, who recently accepted a position as Epic's Midwest Regional Manager. How you doing today, brother?
Everything's good, man. I'm feeling good. Ready to kick off this new year, and you know, just get a chance to show the world or show the Sony music system what I could do.
A new year, a new title. I mean, like literally no exaggeration. I can't think of anyone who knows the Midwest hip hop now or the history of it more so than you. But what exactly does this position entail? And then how's it different than what you've been doing?
You know what? It's not too much different, but it's just I'm in the Sony music system now. It's at Epic Records. I'm excited about it, and it's just really me being me within their system. Shout out to Tracy, shout out to the whole staff and the whole team, and it's just I'm just excited. Uh, I just wanted to have me an official email one day.
I heard that. So, who's got you excited? What artists are you looking forward to working with?
I'm a big fan of Future, and he's been doing this thing for a while. And I think last year he had one of his biggest years. So looking forward to him. Looking forward to Travis Scott. I'm always looking forward to Khaled projects, 21 Savage, and then I'm a guy that likes to be on the new wave. So working with the guys like DDG, 21 Lil Harold, like all the new guys that's a part of the roster as well.
What do you, because I'm sure you've seen like lots of people that had the talent, didn't have the work ethic, or had the work ethic, or didn't have the talent, or might have the work ethic and the talent, but they wasn't ready to get out the streets or whatever the case may be. What do you look for in a young artist, like something that's kind of across the board that lets you know that they got a chance to make it? Because I know there's never a guarantee.
Man, just that songwriting and that work ethic to stay in the studio, and then when the music is done, the bigger work ethic to sell the records. I always say, like, I'm really big on artists winning a room. So if you put them in a room with a whole bunch of DJs or a whole bunch of program directors or even fans, like just them winning a room and winning the fans over so they become fans for life and not just one record.
That's funny. You hear a lot of stories about, like somebody performed for the label after they got signed. And like a lot of times the people that end up being the big stars when their biographies come out or whatever, there's always like a story like that, like you said, winning the room.
Yeah, and it's really, it's hard to get people's attention because, of course we consume music so fast right now because it's all digital. But, you know, that personality and winning a room is a big thing, and that's how, you know, every DJ, every radio personality, everybody has a story about some of their favorite artists from back in the days and even the new artists. So it's very important that you can win a room and show people who you are at the same time.
Well, speaking of stories, to jump ahead a little bit, we'll definitely get back to the epic stuff. But I'm curious, what's a performance you've seen that really stands out in your mind? Like when I say an all-time great performance, I know something already came to your head.
All-time great performance, I got a lot of them, but
Right.
my favorite stories that I always tell is about a young artist by the name of Machine Gun Kelly. He's from my hometown. And there was one time he was just performing at this venue called the Agora. He told the crowd to raise their hands. And he literally started walking on a sea of people and walking up hands. And I thought that was like one of the most amazing things that I ever seen from an artist.
Yeah, that must be some crazy energy because that's like there's a lot of faith in there too. That's not quite the same as like jumping into the crowd. Then you only got faith for like a second.
Yeah. It was, literally like one of the most craziest sights I ever seen, and I had to tell like the rest of the industry that story. And probably another one is, of course, Future, man. Like Future at
Yeah.
Rolling when he brung out Kanye. I seen that happen in person, and that was amazing too.
Yeah, they say Future gives a real good show, so I imagine you've already seen some things.
Yeah, definitely.
So looking back, what would you say your highlights of 2022 was? Because seeing you through the year, like it seemed like you was everywhere.
2022, man, it was a great year. Broke some records.
Yeah, you did.
Probably like before I joined Epic, it was like Sleazy World Goes, Sleazy Flow. then Glorilla, FNF, just rolling, doing a lot of the Rolling Louds, and then just being on the road with like Hardo and a lot of the good guys just on their way up, and just seeing like, like I said, I'm a big believer in the next wave. So just seeing that next wave up and watching them getting like their first gold and platinum plaques and all that good stuff was, a great feeling.
Word. Shout out Hardo, man. Hardo's dope as shit.
Yeah, but that's my boy. And like we were working back in the days, like on T Grizzly's first tour, like his first headlining tour, and just seeing him in his, his graduation, and being in the studio with J. Cole and being on tour with Wiz Khalifa and all that good stuff, bro. Like it's just amazing to see, like the determination it takes these artists to reach to the next level.
I know you gotta be somewhat political, so instead of saying dislike, what are some of the industry events that are like on your least favorite, let's say? Like, you
Um,
brought up Rolling Loud and all that stuff. Like, I know some gotta be better than others.
no,
Like,
you know
are
what?
award shows boring?
Award shows, a little bit, but thank God, they have a bar there, and it's always good. So I always think like award shows are like family reunions. You know what I'm saying? So it's a chance for you to see a lot of good people. A lot of times it's a lot of the same people, and you don't catch up with them, into an award show or something like that to congratulate them, or tell them like you like what they're doing and what they're working on. So and me, I'm a guy that tells people like I like what you stand up for. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a good quality to have.
Now, like as hard as I see you going, like it looks like I guarantee you don't have like you probably don't have a 30 days off the whole year. How do you maintain energy? Like just literal like having energy, like waking up and having enough energy to do this, do that. I mean, because it looks like your days are busy, and by all accounts, like bro, you're like the most connected person in rap I've never heard someone say a bad word about.
I just like I have the same enthusiasm I had like when I wasn't even in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever had that one friend that was always talking about music or just listening to new stuff, and
Yeah.
that was me. And I still got the same energy. I still check out all the emails with the random titles and stuff like that, like, oh, okay, this about, oh, I wonder who this person is. Or if I'm traveling through the cities and stuff like that, I'm really trying to tap in. And that's like really how I got connected to the Detroits, the Chicagos, the St. Louis's, the Indianapolis. Like, who popping in the city? Let me meet them. Let me hear some of their music. Let me tap in with them. And just seeing how, if I can help, then I'm willing to help.
Are you still gonna be signing new artists, or is it gonna be more like A&Rs bring people to the table and then y'all like decide on it? Or
Yeah.
now you're gonna be signing them. Are you gonna be out there like being the first one to approach them? I guess would be the better way to put it.
Uh, you know, it just depends, I guess, through different situations. But yeah, just bringing them to the table, and we have they have the group meetings and stuff like that. But you know, I'm always on the front line though, bro. So I be in the trenches sometimes, and I be in the boardroom sometimes. So you never
Shit,
know
which
what.
one's more cutthroat?
Uh, I can't say neither one of them is more. It's just,
They say that boardroom get messy sometimes, get savage.
hey, if you know how to maneuver in it, and you know how to do, like, it's just like the streets, bro. Like
Right.
if you are in it and you know how to stay afloat and keep your name clean, then you're in good standings with everybody.
Is Alabama considered the Midwest?
No, that's the South. That's the Southeast.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I like, there's a new guy named Lil Got It out of there. There's a couple other
Yeah,
new
little guy.
artists.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like Alabama seems to be like one of the biggest untapped places. Like it just a lot of people end up coming to me from Alabama and Cleveland. I was just talking to LJM about Cleveland artists yesterday.
Yeah, like we got I like Pittsburgh's music scene. I like Columbus's music scene, Cleveland music scene, of course. That's my hometown, where I stay at. And then, even like some artists from Kentucky. And, I think every city has its own nuance and its own vibe. So, like, I really be tapping in. Like, I go to the underground clubs, I go to hip hop shows, I go to, of course, you see me at next to the stages, next to some of the biggest artists, but I really be tapping in and trying to see what's going on in the city.
Who do you got coming out of Cleveland right now? Like young, and let's say someone you're not affiliated with.
Uh, Out of Cleveland, there's a guy named Rose Camp. There's my boy YSM Flow. There's YSM Marlowe. Who else we got? Is
Oh yeah,
young boy
Watson Flows killing it.
uh and No Love China, Bebe Stavo. Like it's a whole new wave of talent, and that's one of the things that I went back in last year and just tried to check out all the new talent and try to see, you know, like who's popping, what they doing, what they working on, and same thing. How can I help, bro?
Are you still gonna be releasing music yourself, like those compilations and those posse cuts and all that?
Most likely, yeah. Yeah, I just got to figure it out.
Hey, I'll send you the screenshot off of no bullshit. My most the song I listened to the most last year was Black Forces. I love that shit.
Yeah, gangster music. It's
Man,
like a gangster jingle.
man, even my little daughter know that shit. She be like, "Skinny sweeping, that's a broomstick."
Yeah, it was like one of those joints. It was actually a joint that I created it for YSM Marlowe, and he was just like, "Nah, that's not really my style." And I was like, "You sure you don't want this?" And I was like, "All right, I'll put it out. And I'll just show you how this really worked." And he was like, "Oh, okay." But as it started growing, and they started playing it in the clubs and then playing it on the radio and stuff around here, he was just like, man, and a couple people from LA called about it too. And I was like, oh, I was like, bro, I tried to get you the record.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do so much, right? That's
Yeah,
Philly Ferrari, right?
yeah. That's Philly Ferrari, my boy, Your Honor. Like we just been cooking up, and like I still get enthusiastic about going to the studio and just creating vibes and stuff like that too, bro. So like I think, as we were coming out of the pandemic, it was just working on different projects. I just had so much music that I was like, man, I'm just gonna put this out because I don't know where to sit it at and which artist to place it at. I was like, I'll just put together a project and you know and put it out.
That man Philly Ferrari. Every song I've ever heard, like the Soldier Boy, DJ Ron Wolf, Jones. Some of the I always say her name right wrong. Ty Bree.
Type, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Ty Bree freestyle. Some of her songs, like he's just insane. I don't know how much you're tied in with him, but do you have knowledge of what he's got coming out? Because like I wish you could follow producers on Spotify because he's one of the few people I just listened to a song because he produced it.
Yeah, he's really dope. I call him a genius, man.
Yeah,
Like he
I agree.
has, I don't know, it's just like it's hypnotizing. So, I'm definitely gonna be locked in with him on more stuff. We're creating more stuff. I actually just hit him up about this Jersey artist a couple of days ago. So, we're gonna be back in the lab and creating more stuff though. And he's always like he's one of those guys that send me like 10 beats a week type stuff. So, you know, you're gonna hear
Man,
more from him, sure.
yeah. And then speaking of hearing more, seeing more, do you know when the Capp's gonna be on streamers?
It should be later on this month. I'm waiting for Tubi and Amazon to give me a release date, but they told me it was in queue and it would be in January. So it's a great way to start off the new year. And I hope you like it. You'll hear a lot of bangers in there, from the soundtrack and all that good stuff.
How'd you like working on a movie?
You know what? It was challenging, but I always try to assemble like a good team, and it helped the creativity, and it helped like a lot of times, in music we just dealing with audio, and this was more audio and visual, and the visuals just match up because it just I reminisced on about with John Lavelle about a good time in Cleveland's music scene where everybody was just coming up that's popular right now. And so it was like a time where like Fat Al and King Chip and Ray Jr. and MGK and Kid Cudi, they were all coming out of the Cleveland music scene. And then there was a whole bunch of underground artists that was coming out as well. And we called it the Capp era because we were kind of super influenced from Paul Wall and Mike Jones and the whole Houston era from before that. And it was a good time. Good. I love the creative process of doing a movie though.
Are you gonna be doing any more?
for sure. Definitely on the menu for 23.
So what does retirement look like to you? Do you ever have any plans on retirement? Because it seems like you just, like you on Thanksgiving just put more helpings on the plate.
Uh, I don't see it no time soon. It's just, bro, like I feel like I'm really like every year I try to challenge myself to tackle something new. And like movies was that thing for last year. And so I'm blessed to have the first one. Like we did a screening in Cleveland and it sold out. And so it just lets me know that it's something there. So I want to do more of them. And also it provides opportunity and jobs for a lot of upcoming actors, even well-known established actors and so forth. So,
And
you
they
know,
need the jobs too. They don't make as much money as they used to, like with streaming versus, syndication and residuals and all that stuff.
yeah, so it's just, just creating more platforms and different opportunities for people. I think that's like kind of like been one of my niches. But, I'm excited about the next movie. I'm excited for people to see the first one as well, like, and I went to a whole bunch of directors, like, just to see what the process was. And like the guy that did Creed, he's from here. And he did another movie called The Land with like Machine Gun Kelly and Esri and all that stuff. So I just asked a whole bunch of questions before I got into it. And like Ray Jr. is the homie, so I asked him a bunch of questions about creating films and his process as well. And he was the first person that offered me an opportunity to be in the movie too. So check that out on Stars Legit Paper. And I played myself. At the time I was a rep from Def Jam, and he let me play that in a movie. So
Oh, that's on
I like,
Stars?
yeah, that's on Stars right now.
Yeah, I got a Star subscription too. I'm finna go watch
Yeah,
that when we get off.
yeah, for sure.
Now I heard that was good. I mean, I heard the Cap was good too.
Hey,
Like
it's
people that went told me, like
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
plug me in with all the Cap people.
It's like it's a fun vibe, man. Like the crew was really dope. Like I said, I had some good directors with John Lavelle and Smooth Gotti, and then I had like some new actors with Louis and Vaughn and LJ. So I'm really
And that
excited.
cat Haybert, man, Haybert is funny as man. When we did that, he is hilarious, like for real, for real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's like, he's a content creator, so he approaches everything as content creation. So, he had a couple moments like in 22 that went super viral nationally, and I was like, okay, so it's like one of those people you definitely want to support and get behind and give opportunity to.
Who's somebody in your career that you were like super impressed with their quote unquote blow up? Like you just saw like jump like so many levels.
Uh, which era, man? Which era?
Anytime. I know it's a lot. I mean, we talking to the man who you did 50 Cent first retail project, right?
Yeah, we did 50's project with I did 50 when he got signed to Shady Records too. So that was like amazing. Uh Really another one of my guys from like the early 2000s was Jim Jones. Just seeing him become, kind of like the back behind the scenes guy to, having a hit
Yeah.
number one, all that kind of stuff was crazy, and touring and all that good stuff. And uh, like I said, Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Slim Thug from that mid 2000s era. But most recently, man, Sleazy World Go. Just starting at the beginning and watching him getting his first platinum plaque and drop an album all in the same year. That's amazing. Shout out to Doughboy, same thing. Like, it's a lot of them, bro. I ain't gonna lie. T Grizzly, uh, a lot of them. So, I'm proud of all the people that I work with, and I'm still proud. I'm proud of the relationship that we still got. And that makes me feel like I don't know, like a good uncle or a proud dad, that you birthed in a lot of careers.
That's more important to you than them plaques and shit behind you, huh, man?
Oh yeah, for sure. The plaques is just a reward, bro. Like they the reward for working hard and everybody getting up and doing the stuff that a lot of people don't want to do. So yeah.
And then to finish out for Epic, what's the first big name project people should be looking for that you're gonna be involved in, and then up and coming project or
Right
a
now,
song? You don't gotta be a project, whatever.
no, like we releasing the 21 Lil Harold project on Friday. So that's gonna be a great surprise, a great banger to kick off the year. He's one of the newer artists, and then I think one of the projects that I'm probably gonna look forward to is new Travis, new 21 project that's gonna come later on this year. So those are two of the artists that I listen to a lot, and so I'm excited, man. I'm just excited to show what I could do and work with some of these talented artists, and you got a legacy. I want to say like a legacy with the label, like that's Michael Jackson's home. So and on that, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the same thing with like being at Def Jam, it being like the first kind of big hip hop label. So, but Epic, like that's Michael Jackson's house, bro. So you gotta put that work in.
Uphold that tradition. I can dig it. And then just finally, your Big Heff, BIGHEFF on all social media.
Big Heff on Twitter, BIGHEFF, Big Heff Midwest Fresh on Instagram.
Yeah, that's right though.
Follow me on the gram. I believe in the Midwest real heavy. Shout out to June, Azim, the whole team at Epic Records for welcoming me in like family, and teaching me the rules and how to go about a lot of stuff in a different way. So I'm learning, growing, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to see the results at the end of the year in December.
Shit, I'm sure they're gonna be well, like I say, epic. I'm sure they're gonna be large. But man, congratulations on all your success, and thank you for your time tonight, brother.
I appreciate it.
Without any time, have a good one.
You too.
Welcome to the Super Facts Show on the Super Facts Network. I just appreciate you listening. So I'm not gonna ask you to follow me on Instagram at Mark Waldo Ward. I'm not gonna ask you to rate and review the show. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe to it. Thank you for your time.